And we're on. Time for another episode of Change Yourself, Change the World.
Gang,
Okay.
gang.
So back with the homie Corey. And I we always just have random discussions about random shit. So let's get to it, man. Let's see what happens. We just record our random thoughts and we're just
Tangentially speaking, sometimes.
yeah. Sometimes we just have some random conspiracy theories make up and just remember, everything we say is for entertainment. Don't take anything at face value. Go do research by yourself and have fun.
Nah,
Enjoy the.
man, this is Snopes. We are the fact checkers. We
We
are
are
going.
the fact checkers.
That's
I
it.
ain't fact checking shit.
Y'all got false news out there. This is the real,
I,
real. That truth.
Ahmed is a fact checker.
Say the
I
word
am.
twice, it means it's legitimate. Truth. We're the truth speakers. You know what I'm saying?
I constantly make shit up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't life one big stream of makeup shit, though?
I,
Anyway.
I think yes, it is. I think you just have to be really good at making shit up, and then you just become amazing at making shit up, and then all of a sudden you're like good at something, but you're not really good at something. You're That's in the delusion. You're just really good at making shit up, and you're really good at adapting and moving with the flow and the situation, and that's good. Fuck it, what you gotta do.
I,
That's what you gotta do.
I mean, right. We can go to like fucking how we made up in 2013 when watching Spirit Science, watching all the things like, yo, fuck this, let's get out of here. We made that shit up, we created a reality, and we moved to Thailand.
I'm trying to create that reality again. I'm
Well, yeah,
trying to
I mean,
I'm
I
trying to
created this one.
recreate
I
that,
had a
dude.
one-bedroom apartment in San Diego. I created this. I
Yeah,
built
trying to
this.
recreate that. Yeah, dude. Well, next step is setting up a homesteading community. Couple
What?
houses, a couple houses, a warehouse, a farm or two, a processing center, a manufacturing center.
Mm,
Set up a little
right.
community, and you can start building more houses around the area. That's fine. Apartments will be fine. Shit, you can if it's beautiful enough, you can start making it a resort, and people can come learn how to do all this shit and get certified in doing all this shit that we're doing.
Huh. What if you have you like watched any on that same thing? Have like a arrhythmia type thing. Have you seen any Spirit Sciences stuff where he went to arrhythmia in Costa Rica? It's like that guy who used to be like an adult club, strip club opener, and he like went down this path, and now he created this ayahuasca retreat center in Costa Rica.
Nice.
You know, think
The
about
come
how,
around, the turnaround, dude. Like I used to
yeah,
fucking own a strip club, and now I own a ayahuasca retreat. Yeah,
right. Yeah, so it's polar opposite.
total opposite. Total opposite.
But like create that, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I mean, there's a plant medicine.
But we gotta get out of the United States.
Well,
Unless we create our own religion here, we gotta get out of the United States. You
fair
can't do
enough.
all this stuff
And that
here.
makes sense because obviously that's why these people are making these retreats in other areas. That makes total sense.
Yep.
And even then, I wonder how much politics you have to deal with, and like what do you have to, especially being a foreigner.
Oh, it's easier. It's just money. Money talks way easier over there. Money talks here too. Money talks here in the form of regulations and licenses and business fees and
Yeah,
fucking lawyer fees and all these other fucking bullshit things and the taxes. That's all money talking. It's just talking in a very low key level, kind of like jack move level. It's not really blatant over there. And over there it's cheaper. It's always cheaper over there. Everything's always cheaper outside the United States. You guys gotta remember this. The United States is the most expensive place to live in the world. Besides a
and I
few
mean, what
cities and a certain places and certain things. Yeah. Few select cities outside the United
here
States are
is
more
made in
expensive.
China, anyways, right? Like, so we even import shit like from other
Yeah.
countries.
There's
'Cause,
no such yeah, American industry is fucked. And this is why I'm always rooting for local industry. Local industry is always the key because if we can't produce our stuff here, what happens if they decide, if China one day decides to go, all right, fuck the world, nobody's getting shit. Where are you gonna get all your bullshit to buy? Where are you gonna buy all your dumbass products? Where are you gonna buy all your solvents and cleaners and food packaging and all this other shit that's fucking. Do you know we ship food to China and products to China just so they can pack it and send it over here because it's cheaper. It is cheaper to send products and packing materials to China to for them to pack it and then send it over here than for us to pack it over here. This is the problem with fucking in globalist economies. They're fucking Economically, they make sense. In a transportation world, like a logistics world, it's fucking stupid as shit to send it to the other side of the world so they can pack it so we can buy it on this side of the world again. It, you know how far this shit travels? You know how far everything travels nowadays? Too fucking far. That's the problem. We waste too much gasoline and too much oil and too much fossil fuels or energy or sun energy, whatever the fuck you run. You waste it. We waste too much energy on transporting our food and transporting our products and transporting our things. And if we can fix that one problem, we solve climate change. We solve food shortages. We solve pollution problems. We solve all these things. And yes, all these things will still happen, but if you let cities run independently, they're going to be select cities that are fucking up and nobody's going to do business in those cities. And then we're going to have to tell them, you either fix your shit or nobody's going to come to your city. And it's called freedom. People have the freedom to fix their city or not. And then they can see their city die. And then we can learn from their example. Like we should be learning. We shouldn't be trying to just throw money at problems because that's money doesn't solve problems. Problems exist. We got to solve the problems and then allocate the funds accordingly. Whew. That was my rant. That was good. I like that. That was good. I'll take a little break. I'm gonna let Corey talk here.
Oh man, dropping it on him, bro. I don't know what I want to chat about now, though. Can't really follow that up, y'all. Anyways,
Hey, you can.
I know.
Well, all I'm really talking about is the community getting together. Everything always goes back to a group of people getting together, a community getting together, a city getting together. It's all the same concept. So let's take it down to the super micro level and go back to what we were talking about, the homesteading thing. I expanded it out and went super crazy when it came to transportation logistics and the amount of carbon molecules that it takes to get one food molecule to your table. Probably is higher since Amazon's delivering everything now. Well, anyways, on the micro homesteading, I don't know. Let's talk about what we would need in a little society in order to survive. What would you think we would need?
But okay, the only thing is to me, if we need to go somewhere else, like we'd have to, even us doing something somewhere else. I've always wondered this, to get the community of people to go there too. That's the difficult part.
Well,
unless you start the community elsewhere, because that's a lot of people you have to collectively that are willing to go to this.
If you start online, it's always going to be about the numbers and the location. At the same time, there are always going to be people within that community that might already think like that. So it just depends where you want to go. There's already a bunch of fucking hippies everywhere. We just got to find them. We just got to find them.
This is true.
Yeah.
They're located everywhere, but not but. So wait, man, you still think Southeast Asia? That's where you go.
I love Southeast Asia for a variety of reasons. There's an abundance of resources, natural, financial, fucking people wise. Like, you swear there's not educated people on other sides of the country that can't help you do the business and can't help you build the things and you can't help you. Like, nah. The reason I don't really care how many people agree with it here or not is that I know will people agree with it somewhere. And I know that the plans and things I'm thinking about are not fucking country specific or location specific. You can grow hemp anywhere. You can eat hemp anywhere. You can wear hemp anywhere. You can fucking build houses out of hemp anywhere. You can do everything with hemp anywhere. So this is my reason for being so open. You can build a community with this anywhere. Even if you don't take people from here over there, very few will go. You can still find people over there. And you can find international people over there that will agree with you, that will start looking into this shit. And
True.
People that travel are more likely to think in the way that we're fucking thinking because they see more of the world. They've explored more of the world. They don't have a monoculture, unique monoculture idea. Like they've traveled and explored and interacted with many people, and they're like, everybody basically chill most of the time.
Hmm.
So yeah, but you can build a community anywhere. So I don't see that as a problem. Just think about it, bro. Think
Uh,
about it. Look at this.
I just
Yeah.
have, for me in San Diego, there's a really awesome community down here that I've kind of
I'll
started.
That's fine, but let's talk about how many of them are willing to work and change to some degree in order to build a community and do these kinds of things. Like it's not
Good
about
point.
the people you know; it's about what they're willing to do.
Word.
What they're willing to do. Um,
I
I'm
get
will
that.
I'm willing to work on a farm. I'm willing to fucking put in the work. I'm willing to fucking do lots of other things. I've done it before. I have zero problems with doing this. With the right people in the right context in the right ways, I'll put in the work. How many people are willing to do that?
Mm. I could think of at least a handful of two more
Uh,
now offhand.
all right. So, and then you gotta say, okay, out of those, how many people are willing to move? And then you're like, oh shit, oh fuck, I don't. They don't want to move. They got family, they got friends,
Yeah,
they
that's
got
the problem.
jobs.
You have people
They,
with family and jobs and places.
I
Yeah.
mean, everybody got family. Everybody has friends. Everybody has jobs. Everybody has careers. Everybody has all these fucking anchors that hold you down in place. And I agree. Yes, you do have that. Sometimes your desire to move is greater than all these things, and it happens. I can't. Yeah, it happens. Fucking
I get
many
that.
times it
Not
happens.
everybody can just move and still do what they're doing too.
Many
Some
people
people
have
can.
kids, and kids are even bigger anchors.
Yeah, that's a tougher one because of school and shit.
You know what? Fuck schools. Like these schools
They
are
try to
crazy.
convince you, like you, but that's a more like
They're,
another platform that you
look,
have to convince people
I my
otherwise of.
suggestion to all parents out there is for their kids to get the GED as soon as possible. Stop wasting your time with sending your kids to online schools in which they're given a very, very slow, it's like a drip based amount of information. You're better off organizing as parents and getting like five getting smaller class sizes with independent teachers and setting up a network of independent teachers that could teach according to grade levels, and there'd be more accountability, there'd be more personal training, there'd be more everything, and there'd also be less bullshit restrictions from the school. Yeah, okay, this is just hearsay. I don't know. I need a fact checker. I think I'm as good sometimes in situations because he fact checked us. But I think they're still mandating tons and tons of vaccines for kids to go to school online. Why? Why do you need all these vaccines to go to school online?
I'll fact check that right now. I have a friend of mine who was starting with the school and it was going to be all online. And I think I've said this to you in the past. They were told that
Like
they had to get 19
19
vaccines within
fucking
like 2
vaccines in a
days.
week in it.
Yeah,
It's insane. 19 vaccines. Okay, I've never seen anybody take 19 vaccines. I want to see an adult take 19 vaccines. I don't think that's a thing.
well,
I don't think that's a thing.
I want to posit this like the
It's like
vaccine
an IV
count that
drip.
they're getting now. We didn't get that many vaccines and we're still cool. So what's the difference here?
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah. My I can't. We American adults are all not up to schedule according to either all these agencies, probably the CDC and everything that regulates your child's mandatory vaccines. There's so many. There's so many. Why, why? There's so many and so many ranges and so many fucking amounts and like multiple amounts of many. Why? Are the kids healthier? Are they? Are they eating better? No, they're not fucking eating better. But they're not. They're not fucking eating better. But
They're not educated better to
they're
eat
not
anyway. Like
educated
that's
better.
who they're learning to eat
They're
from.
they're
Like
putting
a
tons of
generation
fucking look, man.
that's stuck on food like products and has no idea, like hard to decipher between the two.
I'm
Most
not.
people eat out of a box or a container or fast food.
I got it. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm anti-chemicals in your body for no fucking reason. What the fuck? Let's be real. There's a ton of chemicals in those things that they put in our bodies that are
For sure. And there's pesticides in all the other food that we're eating that's not
There's some
supposed to be
fuck shit
digested
like
by us either.
pesticides, herbicides,
Yeah.
fungicides, all types of pesticides, man.
Yeah. The
Trying to
side.
they trying to hurt somebody, trying to kill somebody. This is why I trust Southeast Asia better, not because they don't have the ability to be as dictatorial, but because they're much lazier in trying to control everything. So you really have more freedom because they're much lazier in their way of controlling. This is what I keep pushing. This is one thing. I think Europe is just as bad. Australia is fucked. You see how bad things are getting in Australia? People coming to their house because of Facebook posts. If you guys haven't seen that shit, it's insane. People coming to people's houses because of Facebook posts is a fucking insane thing. Now, so yeah,
That's wild. You can like,
why?
that's really interesting. We are living some very, very wild times where they can actually do that to you.
Yeah,
Huh. These
you know,
platforms, free speech. What happened to free speech? Now they're coming up in your house, right? No search warrants. That's crazy.
Facebook is a fucking sellout, and I think people need to stop using Facebook. Have alternate methods of talking to each other. There are alternate methods of talking to each other. You don't need Facebook. Just stop using that shit. It's too much. It,
I like had to delete the app off my phone. It's a very it can be a very negative space, and then like man, I don't know. I want an alternate. I'm trying. Somebody out there give me a better alternate than Google too, because screw Google.
duck, duck, go.
Yeah. Oh, that's what.
That's
Okay.
the same. It doesn't track you. Doesn't keep those cookies.
No.
So it's not as personalized, and it like you don't have a duck, duck, go email, but like yeah.
I forget I have a Google Mail account.
Oh, I forget Google's so fucking useful. That's son of a bitch. Google, if you're listening, you son of a bitch, but you're useful. You're
They
useful.
really like yeah.
Got
They
you. They
put
got
themselves
me.
in a position of very much so
Google
power.
Docs are
A
fucking
lot of
genius.
facets.
The
Yeah.
shared folders, the files,
Oh man, Google Sheet,
perfect. I'm
Google Vote,
sorry.
Google Docs,
See,
Google everything. They
thank
got
you,
Google
Google, for that. Thank
Google
you, Google,
Sheet.
but you're still a fucking asshole. Like, I'm sorry. Be real. Just be
Yeah,
real. You could be less of a fucking asshole, but you're not. But
you sold out. Why did you sell out and
you
sell
sold
a
out hard as shit, and now yeah. Now
you
we gotta
sold out
replace
to
you. Now we
everything.
have to replace you. I'm sorry, you're useful, but you have to replace someone. Give me something that replaces Google. Yeah.
You're selling every human soul, you bastards.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should have a community. I think that community should have their own internet as well. Like we can create our own internet fucking systems. We can create our own servers. We can create our own fucking yeah. We can create all this shit. All this shit can be made.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at what Brian Rose did with the London Free platform or whatever.
I don't.
The whatever his
It's that.
platform.
I mean, yeah. I guess. I. I, I
When he
don't
got
see.
banned off of YouTube, he
I,
went and
I don't see how that was so hard for him though, because he had money, and
uh,
that doesn't take that much money to set up a bunch of servers. I know it takes some money, but it doesn't take that much money. And if you're trying to do YouTube, that's the whole other thing that takes a lot of money. But just setting up a bunch of servers to get a streaming service, I thought he made a big deal out of it. I thought it was like, dude, like there's tons of people who just have streaming stuff. Like Alex Jones is he's streaming up the ass, and
well, yeah, because
he,
Alex Jones got deplatformed from everything, though.
well, he had a website from like long ago, and that's where he had all the content coming from. Yeah, he's been
Oh,
had his
word,
own
that
fucking,
makes sense.
he's
Yeah.
been had his own fucking thing, and
Well, he had his own
so
website, but he just also put it on
he put
YouTube.
it everywhere, and he was
Yeah.
on Twitter, and he got deplatformed on Twitter, and then everybody else deplatformed. But Alex Jones is still going hard. People still listen to him. People like him, listen to him, and he's he has a lot of sense sometimes. Like he does say some real shit. He does say some real shit.
He's yeah, he's aggressive though.
Very, very aggressive.
The shouting and all that's gonna like turns a lot of people off.
I agree.
I always wondered if he can like shift his approach and maybe he'd reach more people,
Maybe.
or he'd I don't know. because he's like sometimes he's just super angry. It's hard to really like listen.
I think it's comical when he gets fucking super angry. I find it, like Krusty the Clown. Krusty the Clown goes angry as shit at kids for no reason, and it's hilarious to me. I'm like, just random anger is just funny to me. I'm sorry. I get that he's like he has an anger bias and it makes this information harder to take, but I find it funny, and I think a lot of people find it funny. And he the anger is justified in many reasons because the things he's saying, like if they're true and he believes them, like I can see that happening. Like he's talked about a bunch of shit, bro. He was talking about the whole pedophile ring for like years and years before this. There's been tons of people
Yeah,
that
did
try to
he
bring this.
sneak? He also snuck into like one of the
One of the owl meetings with the
yeah.
fucking the Bohemian Grove. Yeah, he's talking to one of those, and he was like, "Look at these crazy motherfuckers. Look at the guys in the fucking robes. Look at them. Oh shit, they're offering sacrifices. This is insane. These reptilian overlords are like." Then he just fucking goes half. Like he just gets mad. Like and I think it's justified anger. I think it's comical to me. And if he didn't get angry so much, it'd make it easier to talk to this guy. But like, yeah, that's my opinion on that guy. I don't listen to him that much, and I'm gonna listen to him a lot, and he sends me clips. But there's a lot of stuff.
There's this. Have you ever heard of this one dude? He's not really been on anybody's mainstream platforms that I'm familiar with, but he calls himself Young Pharaoh.
Maybe
Yeah, it's like he talk. Man, this dude's an interesting character. I think somebody put me onto him on Instagram, and he does a lot of talking about like the deep state and stuff. So I just remember, like makes me think about when we first. I mean, when I first met you and started going down personal rabbit holes in like 2013. Not first met up with you and like we were talking like especially when I went to Israel and all that stuff. And then that crazy shit happened to me because that was like the whole sparking of everything that led up to where I'm at now, to my recollection. You know, everything else was like I was caught into the materialistic world cool before then, right? But anyways, like I don't remember going down those rabbit holes and hearing about deep state and all that stuff and like where this came about. Like at what year did this, like has that always been a thing? Have you always like referred to it as the deep state and stuff like that?
different name.
Yeah,
I
it's just
mean,
old
the
people bring up
military-industrial complex is literally state.
word.
Yeah. So there's different names. There's different things that come about from it.
Just different terminology for what it is now.
Technologies, yeah.
Huh.
So yeah.
Man. So who do you really think like legitimately is gonna win, is selected to win this election?
The selected one is Biden because he's fucking useless. He truly fucking is. And they're pushing a useless politician and he's a fading human being trying to be a fucking president of the most dangerous yet fragile country in the fucking world. Like, he's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna pass any real policies. He's not gonna fucking the fuck is he gonna do? 47 years and he's done nothing but like been a career politician. He hasn't really helped anybody. He's been vice
Vice president
president
for
too.
8 years.
He's been vice president for 8 years. Could have created a shit ton of change, and he hasn't. Obama administration didn't do shit.
Hmm.
Obama administration fucking took away our freedoms, in my perspective. National Defense Authorization Act. I think I've been saying the year wrong. I think it was like 2013 or 2014, but whatever.
Wasn't it like right after he got his second? It was in his second term as president, or like right when he got signed his second
I was in his
first term.
it was in his first term. We left before his second term. I stayed over there in his second term.
Well, his second term
Oh
was
wait,
what?
no, second term was
Oh,
2012. It wasn't a second term. Never mind.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
forgot.
saying.
2016.
Donald Trump became president in 2016, right?
Yeah, I wasn't here. I didn't feel that political atmosphere. But
Ooh,
I was
man,
still,
it was
I was still trying,
gnarly.
I was still trying to change shit over there. I was still trying to create that fucking app that I'm still trying to do now. If anybody listen, trying to create an app, let me fucking know. Keep fucking saying this. Instagram the Ricoverse. Just fucking send me a fucking message there, and we'll get shit talking.
Dude,
Cause
it
I'm
was wild when he became president. Everyone was like, there's like lots of protests, like, not my president, not my president. People were upset because
is,
the
is
kill.
isn't that called civil war, civil unrest, not accepting the verdict? Isn't that what they're accusing what Trump people would do? It's literally what they already did. 100%. And now they're rioting. Now the same group of people are fucking rioting. The same people, they still want to kick the president out before the election. How fucking ridiculous is this? What legal proceedings do you think you can kick a president fucking out before the fucking election, like 2, 3 months away? Oh my God. Fucking insane. People are off the hinge and they need more meditation and they need to take a hit of hero dose of DMT and let go of their fucking ego so they can realize that they're just acting up for no fucking reason.
Rogue dose of DMT or psilocybin. Yep. Or just go to like drink some ayahuasca. That'll do you some good.
I want them to just break the realities and maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. It's a risk we probably would want to take anyway. Because a lot of these people don't change. They just escalate their behaviors and become worse. The whole point of the prison system is to keep people that are not able to change their behaviors. Those that are able to change their behaviors, become good people and integrate back in society should become good, like should be able to have the chance to do that. Those that keep acting fucking irrationally and violently and start swinging at people and fucking those people should not be integrated back into society. That's my personal opinion. I don't want those people around. I think that's what the police are for. I don't care what the hell they started with or where it came from, where the police came from. Like they, the U.S. military started to form a rebellion against the thing. They literally started as a form of treason. I mean, we can label things in different ways and call them whatever the hell, but the police now are there to put people that are not stable, people who are extremely violent, should be locked up, and other people that are not extremely violent should not be locked up. They should be given fucking treatments and then should be help. I don't want to say re-educated because that sounds bad, but yeah, you can re-educate someone, but in a good way. You can teach them other skills and stuff and meditation and all these kind of cool things.
True, and you change their environment again. Like Bruce Lipton wrote his book, "Environment is Everything." So you can
Yeah,
actually change your genetic code based on your environment,
the president,
or not you change your genetic code. Sorry,
like
turn like certain things turn on or off or what have you.
the prison environment could actually be really, 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 really good. They just make it really, 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 really bad. Like the prison environment could be like gardens and fucking butterflies and fucking dogs and animals and squirrels and birds. Like they could make them have live in little huts outside, independent of each other,
Of course,
and
there's
and
enough
and and,
psychology,
and and the
psychiatry.
food they would grow their own food and they would eat their own food with each other and help each other out, create a little that could be a way to create a prison. I'm pretty sure those prisons have been done and from the little I've heard in those examples, they've been really successful because those people are able to acclimate back into being respectful with each other. And they've taken petty criminals and put them in a society and in a place where they do farm and they do interact and live with like other people in the community and stuff like that. And they come out like reintegrated, like they learn a sense of community and like they feel love. Basically, a lot of these people are just don't feel love for themselves. They don't feel love for for the people around them. They want love. They want attention. Attention is a way of seeking love. Seeking attention is a way of seeking love. All it really is. It's maybe you weren't held enough as a kid.
I kind of had like a little epiphany though. Just you talking about that made me think about something. I think like a big reason propaganda wise why we push here in the States, fear of traveling to other countries, especially like Middle East, etc. I think because if more people traveled and they saw how other countries were respectable and like cared about you, especially like for me, always in Thailand, how we made more money, but they wanted to treat us to dinners and stuff like that. I'm just like, yo, this is wild. You guys work harder, longer. make less money. You
Yeah.
want to pay for my food? You know what I'm saying? Or like, that was always crazy to me. But here in the States, like, it, it's that dog eat dog mentality where
Yeah.
dogs don't eat each other. They're pack animals. They work together to find food. Like even strays.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me. I think it like perpetuates because if more people traveled, I think in this country, more people would understand and wouldn't be as bickery and petty about the shit that they are.
Exactly. That's it. A lot of people don't understand how much they
I
have
take this
and
girl to the
how much
bathroom.
they can lose. Yeah. So when you don't understand how much you can lose, you think you deserve everything. You think you deserve the world when you don't understand that you can lose it all in an instant. Like you don't deserve the world. You don't deserve anything. Nobody deserves anything. You work for it, you put energy into it, you apply some action towards that goal or creating something or whatever, and then it happens. But nothing's given to you. You don't deserve anything. Everything is a fucking privilege. You gotta start realizing the word privilege makes everybody start feeling like a fucking victim. But just realize that the only privilege you actually have is the privilege of being alive, the privilege of breathing. Those are basically the only things you can control. You can't even control being alive for the most part. You feed yourself as well as you want to, and you breathe. Well, a lot of people are not aware of the breath, but you're breathing, and you can be conscious of your breath, and you can't, or not. But that's the one thing you can take charge of and make sure that's your source of life. If you stop breathing, if you consciously stop breathing, you're dead. If you subconsciously stop breathing, you're dead. So breathing is very important. So that's why I say the only right you have is the right to be alive and the right to breathe. Everything else is a privilege, in my opinion. You're privileged because you have a house. You're privileged because you have water. You're privileged because you have healthcare. You're privileged because you have a job. You're privileged because you have computers. You're privileged because you have bongs. You're privileged because you have weed. You're privileged because you have fucking pens and writing utensils. Because these aren't that old. This is all 200 years ago. Most of us lived like fucking peasants. We did. It was horrible. We had a pretty bad fucking life, and now we live a comfortable life, and we're fucking mad and depressed all the fucking time. And that's bullshit. That's nonsense. Be happy. Be happy. If you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. If you want to drink, drink. If you want to fucking have sex, have sex. If you want to fucking, if you want, do whatever the fuck you want. And if you hurt people, there are going to be consequences. There's consequences to everything, but you probably shouldn't hurt people because their consequences are extremely dire. In your perspective, the consequences are bad for you. The consequences are bad in society. The consequences are bad for everybody. Like there's no winning when you hurt people, and that's it. And that's my rant number two for this fucking episode. Boom.
You hurt others, you hurt yourself. We're only connected. What you do to others, you only do to yourself anyways.
Yes.
Same with this planet.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man. I keep thinking about it. We've traveled on airplanes. You can go on Google Earth and check this shit out. Tell me that cities from a very, very far distance don't look like concrete deserts to you. And in perspectives of Mother Nature, he was a living being, would cities not be sort of cancers? That's we could be amazing superpowers for Mother Earth that provide self-defense like missiles and lasers and shit in case anybody wants to attack it. That could be us, but we're not. We're fighting each other because we're fucking dumbass shit. We're fucking monkeys waving awards and claiming boundaries and shooting missiles and shit. Like, no, we could be awesome monkeys, or we choose to fight each other for a lot of reasons. But yeah, think about it. Like right
Because
now, all I see is are looking like cancers. They're concrete deserts. LA County,
Well, usually, and also, I mean, the city life is where the diseasement happens. You know, it's like it starts to be,
You get
robust, the
you
faster paced,
you
more
get
people.
disconnected from nature.
Yeah,
You really do get
don't
disconnected.
watch how slow paced nature is, etc.
You don't you don't take time to breathe and calm down and be around chill stuff. Everything is always go, 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 fast, 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 go, go. Even our fucking trees are aligned in fucking sequence and squares and
Right. That
like
makes sense because like it's like even I was reading in this book the other day. Oh, I think I talked about it yesterday. Roots and shoots, right? It's like thinking about when you plant the seed, you're not going to reap that same harvest the very same day. And it's like we live in a world where it would want that sort of behavior, but that behavior doesn't happen. Excuse my dog.
okay. It's cute. If you can see the video, I don't think people would mind. If you can see the video, I don't think people would mind. Oh,
Yeah, no, they wouldn't mind at all.
wouldn't
But
mind at all.
she wants to play with me.
She wants. She's fucking like 6 months old or something.
Yeah, she is only half a year. Yeah, 6 months old, guys. But wait, where was I at?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I wish we had playback sometimes. Play that back.
right,
Oh,
for real.
right.
Oh, roots and shoots. I was talking about. So in a fast-paced life, what happens is like for instance, somebody drops something if they're selling clothing and they want to sell that clothing right now. They want to reap the harvest. You know what I'm saying? We live in a cultivated world where in business you can make that happen. So we get so stuck that we want like something now. Then we have the fast food industry who makes us something right now. We just like the instant gratification where nature doesn't work in that way. I don't think like we manipulate it, like we have a fabricated system that allows us to get the expedited rate or the sped up, stuff that we can have happen in this construct in the city life.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting because in like if you grow like a home garden, you don't get your tomato after planting that tomato today. You water it one time, it doesn't just all of a sudden you have this ripe, juicy red tomato that you can eat. It
But it
doesn't
should.
work. Really?
Yes. That's how things should work, in my opinion. You should water it once, and you should get that fruit instantly.
Well,
I don't understand why nature has to take
that's why you fit so well
forever.
in this world. You want everything right now. It's like me, man. I wait. I know I had like I was a little extra fluff on my body, and I ate a salad today. I ate healthy. I drank my water. I should be having a six pack by this afternoon.
That's how things should work. I honestly, in my honest opinion, I don't understand why fucking nature doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we should be able to
Nature
lose like
should
120
work
pounds in a day.
exactly like that. That'd be the best. It'd be like, all right, today I'm gonna be a fat ass and couch potato and eat all the fucking food and be great. And then tomorrow, 6 pack abs, fucking
I
toned
think
as
we'd be
shit.
chilling because then we could easily save the planet and not have to wait. Like we could have hemp grown like that right now. We could be mass producing so much hemp products.
Yeah, we can create industries out of
We
nothing. And
wouldn't have
like
to worry about the police
out of
because
thin air, we can just snap fucking
exactly
machinery
those
into,
one
into place
same day seed harvest, and all you ever have to do is just be ready to fucking make moves in that short period of time.
every day. Have 10-acre farms everywhere and just have independent processing and just start
Yeah,
selling
I
real
mean, if
products.
we live in the United States, it's not legal to grow it here, so we'd have to be living somewhere where we can.
There has to be some bullshit regulations you have to follow.
Isn't there some states that you can grow it?
The reason
Colorado's still not illegal yet.
I haven't I maybe, but as far as my knowledge goes, most people grow hemp because of the flower. So there's a ton of regulations when it comes to the flowers. So if you grow hemp for the fucking stalk and the fibers and the foliage, there's no flowers, there's no cannabinoids for them to fucking actually be worried about. So if you can grow hemp condensed enough, then you can avoid all regulations and nonsense. And yeah, it'd be just the raw material, especially if you process it on the farm. Like if you don't move it off your farm, there'd be literally no problem. If you just process the raw materials, it'd be way, 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 way. Process it into raw materials, it'd be way easier. And this is probably in every country the same thing. If you process it on the farm, you avoid so many fucking regulations. So many regulations like on hemp is the distribution and the transportation of it. So yeah, boom. Yeah, so hemp production is the fucking key of everything, to be honest. The key to actually changing the world is hemp production. This is my main reason to have an obsession up for this plant is this. If you want to change the world, this is the plant you got to use.
Yeah.
Why? It's efficient, it's versatile, you can use it for everything. You can eat it, you can house yourself, you can clothe yourself, you're gonna start figuring out ways to make batteries of it. You can make hemp plastic out of it. Imagine being able to make a hemp fucking phone. Motherfucking hemp phone. That's gonna be boss as shit. It's gonna have interchangeable parts that you don't have to fucking buy every year. You're just gonna upgrade the parts. Because why? It's more efficient and we can create a recycling system to do all this stuff. Like these are all things that systems will be able to create if we actually organize. And hemp is the number one plant to do it because it also helps with the soil. It helps remediate the soil and it's a great what's it called? Crop rotation plant. Like a plant, you use it to just plant, you cut it, you can leave it there, you can let the foliage, leave the foliage there, or you can just let the roots there and let the roots break down into the soil and fucking, yeah, give it nutrients. Yeah, you muted yourself again. Went the other way.
Oh, okay. Did you know that I read in this book today, Freakonomics. Did you know capitalism was just getting underway in like 1700s, like 1759?
Yeah, it's not that old. It's a very new
Right.
system. We had a market before. We had a market, but the market was dependent on a bunch of, I don't know. I guess there's more influence from the kings and those type of courts before there was just independent merchants going ham. But independent merchants have always been running shit, to be honest, in my opinion. I think money has always been moving things. As soon as people invented money, they're like, oh, it's an easier way to control people. Instead of
Hmm.
armies, all I need is a bunch of fucking cash and gold or whatever the fuck.
Right, because
There's
then they get people. It's like in this book, it even says like morality could be argued represents the way that people would like the world to work, whereas economics represents the way the world actually does work.
yeah,
It's fucking interesting. I mean, you were a finance major before you decided to come over to the recreation world.
I don't even think I should be called a finance major. I hated those classes and sucked. Business law was interesting at times, but
Or didn't you? Well, then what was your major that you were
I
trying to?
was I was a, I was a finance major. You're right, but I don't think I got far enough to consider anything. Like in the class that killed me was Econ 333, and this is when I figured out that the economy was a lie. Think it was a year I saw a bunch of those videos and the Zeitgeist movement, and then I went to the my managerial economics class, and it was calculus combined with fucking economics. So it was a bunch of fucking theories that the world is supposed to run on, and I'm like, this is how the fuck you're controlling the world. This is how the fuck you guys are moving things. These bunch of fucking random theories that are always fucking wrong and have a standard deviation for everything and predictions often cause panics or fucking rushes. Like, it's insane. So I couldn't take the class and I couldn't pay attention and pass the class. And I didn't give a fuck. And then I became a major. I became a recreation major because I wanted to have a fucking college degree. I literally graduated with college with something because I wanted to graduate college with something. And I chose the cheapest, easiest route possible. And it was recreation because I didn't have to write a lot. I didn't have to research a lot. I just had to talk about a few things in some interesting ways. And the classes, man, the fucking marketing
A lot of
classes,
group work too. It was a lot of group work.
there's a lot of group work, a lot of working in teams. And that was all right. A lot of those people are different. I guess we were all growing at different paces. But
Right, but it also helps you understand the world because how many people are different and how everybody kind of works differently.
that's true. It's true. But
Shows varying work ethics as well. Varying.
Your dog loves to bark at things. You know what you should do? You should get a Nerf gun. And every time your dog barks, you should shoot your dog with a Nerf dart. You should do it.
I don't think that's the move, man. I don't
That's
know.
the move. This is how dogs shut up. You shoot them with Nerf darts.
I don't think that's how that works in the wild. Like dogs don't understand Nerf gun.
This dog is dogs nowadays are domesticated. I don't think there's some domesticated genes in their blood. I think they understand Nerf guns and water hoses and fire trucks and fire hydrants and uh what else do they understand? Tones. There you go. Dogs understand tones. I think dogs understand tones when they do words. You
It's true. They understand energy too. They feel that.
can, It reminds me of this fucking what
Funk with
happened?
the dog.
What happened?
Say you can't fake the funk with the dog.
No, you can't. But it reminds me of this fucking videos of this guy calling cats. I was trying to get the attention of a cat, and he's saying it like he's trying to get their attention in different languages. And when he gets to German, the cat always turns around. Like the cat, like I forgot how the hell the Germans call their cats, but when he gets to it, the way he says it, the cats are always like, huh? Like they always turn around. He's like, yeah, German always works. And I'm like, I don't know why. It was hilarious. I just thought it was funny, just about tones and
That's super interesting.
yeah, it is. But yeah, some dogs.
And is it all cats that would go, or is just this one individual?
No, he has multiple cats. He calls. He has multiple videos of this guy doing it to multiple cats. Like it's just weird. I'm like, I don't know how I ended up here on Instagram.
Vibration that the Germans speak on, like their tone, like what?
It's just very. It calls to attention. Like it's just very. Look at me. I guess. Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna learn some German. I'm a Leo, you know. Look at me. Just kidding.
I mean, it's not that hard compared to English. It's not that hard. The linguistic pattern should be pretty similar, to be honest. Let me get some water. I'll be right back. I'm pausing it, and we're back. So I just had to quench my thirst.
Oh, thirsty ass, Thursday ass.
Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, man, I love water. Back off.
Always a compliment. It's I love water as well. He's not drinking water though. That's vodka. Why you lying to the people?
Rico water,
Yeah, see, but he won't tell you what that Rico water is.
tequila, vodka, gin, all white with lemon
Now I'm
and
actually gonna like unleash him. This conversation is about to get interesting, y'all.
yeah, I'm about to start cussing more, even more.
About to play in the background, guys. He's about to go off. Hold on.
Fucking start putting music, put some jams, and I just start yelling at it for no reason. It's a glass full. It's like fucking
That'd be a lot. You'd be.
12 ounces or something, like a 16 ounces. Imagine. No, too much.
Free liquor. Ooh,
Actually,
multiple.
I did have water in the Rico water, so it could just be one, but this would be too diluted. The point is that the lemon, it creates a mold between the flavors that you don't really taste the alcohol. And you're drinking a weird kind of lemonade, a spiked lemonade. You could put sugar in it, but I don't like sugar. You could put salt in it, but I don't think that makes sense in the drink.
No,
Good thing. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
I don't know about alcoholic drink. I put salt in my water sometimes.
Really?
Well, it's just like this electrolyte stuff. Basically, that's what yeah. To get some magnesium, potassium, just a lot of salt. I don't think salt's the problem in this world. I think
Bad salt.
excess sugar, bad salt, iodized, like table salt, not the best for you.
I like the pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah, even go raw sea salt, like just
There's one thing about raw sea salt people don't think about. It came
like,
from the sea.
huh?
It came from the sea.
Yeah. What they call also Himalayan pink sea salt. It's the same shit.
But that came from a sea 15,000, 20,000 years ago.
There.
Now, what's in the water is now what was in the water 30,000 years ago. There might be things that were there, but they might have died thousands of years ago.
Huh. Well, do we ever run out of that Himalayan sea salt?
Yeah, potentially. I guess you can run out of anything,
Uh,
but I guess it could still be created if there was right conditions. I don't know what the right condition might be, or if there's any more being created.
hmm.
Yeah, you can run out of anything. Like you can mine anything out. You can fish anything out too. You can
Fair.
fish anything out of existence.
Huh. Well, haven't they been saying for years we're gonna run out of oil? Do you think that
Yeah.
is it really a non-renewable resource?
There's only one place that tells me this says it's a I don't even believe it's a not. I think it's a non-renewable resource, and in the way that we're taking out more than it can renew itself, so it's
Uh,
unsustainable.
so it's not. Oh, okay. We're just pulling it out too fast. Too much,
In
too
my
fast.
opinion, and
Too.
I know there's other theories and other things that said that it's renewable resources like the lifeblood of the
Yeah, I've heard that.
of the earth, and I'm like maybe,
Well, maybe one of.
but there's there there's been so many years and so many life forms, and it could be crude forms of just sludge. If you've ever put vegetables in a plastic bag and left it for like 2 weeks in the sun, it becomes a sludge. And if you do that for millions of years with a lot of vegetable, not vegetable, the foliage and trees and sometimes animal parts, sometimes not, like that could happen too. So I don't really don't know how oil is being produced. All I know is that it's polluting, and all I know is it can be replaced. And there's two facts that I know. The other things I don't know.
Well, yeah. I guess we don't need to use petroleum oil for all
No,
the products
we
we
can,
use it for.
we can replace it now. We can create the industry and the infrastructure and new jobs that will replace all these current ones. And there'd be more jobs. I think
What
there'd
does
be more
that look
jobs in the
like?
green
So
economy. Huh?
you know how we break a lot of things down and put it into an oil now? Like we
Yeah.
call it petroleum oil. What does petroleum look like in a solid form? Like how is
There's
it a
many forms. There's like, well, depending where you're getting it from, but the petroleum, a lot of people think it's like just a black sludge. Look, mine look like a black sludge, and there's different consistencies of that sludge, and there's different levels of how much dirt is in that sludge. Like then there's grime. Grime is like shell. Shell was basically mud, but that's oil. So you have to separate the dirt from the oil. That's it's a mud. It's a sludge that you dig on the earth. This is where we get a lot of our natural gases or whatever. Natural gas, the same shit. Like they get it from the same places. It's just as bad. It's not as natural as you think of it. To get to the end result, it's not as clean as people make it out to be. It, biodiesel is the cleaner route. Now, if everything starts running on biodiesel, then you can make it carbon negative. Your trucks can be biodiesel. Your tractors can be biodiesel. Your whatever your transporter or anything can be biodiesel. And you can have solar things on the farm, and you can have fucking hydroelectric there powering this battery here, and you can have. I don't understand why we can't have redundant power sources, but yeah, these are all things we can do. We do need an independent power network that we can power ourselves and then help power the community after. That's how we should think about it. Not powering from one fucking place, and if that place goes down, we're all fucked. That's a very easy way to can destroy, like get everything wrecked. Centralizing anything is the easy way for things to go down. Same with banks. Oh, it's a pattern. Yeah. Yeah. It always comes down to resources.
Right. Man, it's like imagining this stuff, like thinking about how many areas and sectors seem to have been infiltrated of some sort or have somewhat of malintent. Like, was it started? Did it start that way? Did it get infiltrated? Like, I like to believe that humans have good intent towards others. Like, how do we really fathom how we got to where we're at
What do you mean?
in regards to all these sectors? Like, education being an indoctrination, you know, and so really deep and like so very few people understanding how the economy and the system works. And you're kind of, if you are born, it's really hard to get into prestigious colleges unless you're born into money or know somebody that can get you in there, you know, like even after college, like I don't know, just thinking about the way the system here in America is set up, like so many pieces in a giant grandiose puzzle. I just kind of went way out there, just like puzzles me to think that there's so many malicious entities within this country. You know, it's just very interesting. I was like, how do I struggle to fathom how like these businesses and these corporations did, like, was the even the conception of the United States, was it a malicious intent to begin with? Like, where did we slip up really?
We slipped up in allowing the creation of the Federal Reserve and the printing of money, not the printing of money, the issue of money decided on a federal bank.
Well, just like I'm also trying to figure out how exactly did that happen. You know, like someone's telling a story on that, and I mean we have to take that for face value. You know,
It happened because a bunch of rich people decided to get together and create this bank. It's not really that hard to understand that a bunch of rich people did. It's the extremes being allowed to happen for too long. This is an extreme of capitalism being allowed to happen for too long. This is an extreme version of capitalism that's gone way beyond the free market system. Way, way beyond the like free market system. Way beyond. So that being said, the only way to fix this is the market system. It's good to be idealistic. It's good to want a resource-based economy, but a resource-based economy is not just going to pop up out of nowhere. Nobody's going to give resources or money that's a thing that's not funding them. Everybody might think it's a good idea, but they're not going to give whatever the hell it takes to build that city. What are they going to donate all that stuff? I mean, yes, willingly, hopefully they do, but very, very unlikely. And I think this is a very big impediment of that movement is that there's no funding for it. There's no funding to defund everything. It's very hard to get that in people's minds. It's a good idea.
I struggle to like even currently remember what it's like to think without taking the glasses off, or like with being caught in the system. You know, like not really seeing it for what it really is. Those are the, trying to remember what it's like to be that like that, think like that.
I don't know. I've always been trying to one up the system, all the system,
Your whole life.
my whole life. My whole life is a one up to the system.
Man, I can't say that. I don't remember it being that way.
Yeah. I That's me. And my ways and my form of rebellions and my form of doing things. Like me not caring about school and still passing it, being in honors classes, being an AP student, being all these things like and still not caring about it and still going, yeah, fuck yeah, I still don't care. I still don't do the homework. I still don't take this seriously. I still do all the homework at school 5 minutes before it's fucking due. Like that was me. And that's my form of passive resistance to the system, yet still achieving success in that system that they set up. I was a decent student until I didn't care. I really didn't care. So yeah, I've always tried to one up the system. I don't know why. I like being a rebel. I like being a rebel in every way, which way and form. Why? Because it's fun. Being a rebel is fun. And when I'm done having fun, maybe I stop being a rebel. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what happens in these things? You know?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm a rebel too. What was your Enneagram number? Do you remember?
My what?
Did I ever give you that Enneagram test number stuff?
What does that mean?
Like your personality, you know how there's like that Myers-Briggs personality test?
My personality said I was awesome. That's pretty much all it said.
So there's like a number 1 through 9, and then like,
I forgot the numbers. I sent it to you and I took a picture, but I personally forgot. I don't really care. My
or,
personality changes according to my mood. Ooh, it's not split personality. It's just I react differently when I feel different. Pretty common.
fair environment's gonna allow you to be responsible or reactionary.
Yes. Hey, I'm excited about my microphones coming this Saturday. I was too lazy to go to the store and get it, man. It's one thing about fucking putting on masks and waiting on lines. My pet peeve in fucking life are lines.
Well, can't you just, you can do they don't have curbside pickup?
It would have taken longer for curbside pickup than for me for them to just send it to me. Because I think they had it in a warehouse somewhere, wherever the fuck, and they would have had to send it there. So they were just like, we'll send it straight to you. It'll be like 2 days. It'd be like, yes, please, just do that. So, hey, man, that saves me time. I really hate lines. That's my pet peeve in life. My one reason I don't like going to amusement parks is lines. They're everywhere for everything. Bathrooms to fucking 4 hours at rides are like they're cool for like a minute, but that line makes me hate the ride. Like by the time I get there, I'm like, this ride better fucking be awesome because I've waited 4 fucking hours for fucking stupid like that. Like I low key have tons of hate and anger when I get. Oh, I had because I haven't been there in tons of, a long time. But yeah, lines just make me irritate the shit out of me. Traffic is just a big ass line to me. It's just a bunch of people in my way for me to go do my thing. Get out of the way. Let me go do my thing. This line is bullshit. This is why I don't like living in big cities. Like lines are my pet peeve. Traffic is just a big ass line. It really is. I don't understand why people like these lines. I admire your resilience, but they ain't for me.
Right, and now how many of those people in that line are on their phone while they're in line?
I'm on my phone while I'm on the line. It's fucking dangerous. We need to stop doing that shit. I mean, we're just automated cars with. I need. That's one reason I do need automated cars. But then again, I don't trust Elon Musk. I mean Elon Musk. I don't trust him. I honestly don't trust him. Great tech, love him. Business wise, great. Personality wise, it's fucking weird as and eccentric as hell, and it's hilarious. I love it. But I don't trust his intentions. I don't trust his motives. I don't know where he's at and on which side he's playing on many ways and many levels.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, this tech is great. It's great. It's cute that he has his Tesla as a name. It's not even his like he didn't even create that. It's just he funded it and he propelled it forward to new ways.
Oh, it wasn't his idea?
It wasn't his idea. PayPal was kind of his idea. He was part of the original company and stuff, or the company that sold to PayPal, or the later that became PayPal.
Huh.
Like that was him in the beginning. Yeah, he's smart. I'm not saying he's not. He's ingenious. He has his qualities, but I don't trust his motives. He's putting up 5G towers, 5G. fucking satellites everywhere, and he wants to create a neural link connection with the chips, and it'll be so great to go to link that with whatever Bill Gates conspiracy theory is. But he actually is talking about putting chips in your brain. Bill Gates is talking about putting chips in your brain. And if you think chips in your brain won't fucking affect your personality, getting hit in the head affects your personality. So
Yeah, now you have a new electronic impulse in there.
metals in your head affect personality. Headache affects your fucking personality. You think fucking microchip won't fucking affect your personality? Again, it'd be great if the intentions were amazing and you knew the intentions were pure, but I don't trust their intentions. I don't trust the intentions of the people who are pushing this technology. If I trusted their intentions, then I'd be all for it. People can get whatever chip in their brain and have any kind of enhancement and have fucking laser eyes, robot eyes. But I think it's going to be used for evil before it's used for good, just like a lot of things. Just like a lot of things.
Man, yeah, it seems like, especially a lot of things in this is, it's the stuff that's good for us isn't really pushed. It's the opposite that's pushed so heavily. Like you don't see infomercials and commercials for really healthy meals as much as you see it for like these burgers and fast food restaurants. I mean, I don't even watch TV anymore, so I don't
To
know.
to be fair, those healthy food places don't have as much money. That's very simple. That's a define. It's all money based. It's not really a prejudice against healthy food or bad food or money.
Right, I get that they don't have the extra revenue for the ad streams, but that's the type of world we live in.
Not anymore. It's changing. The internet's changing all that, and the advertisers are trying to go on the online game too, but they're still pretending to be those other things. Like I think small restaurants would do better online than on fucking TV, unless they can go on the Super Bowl like Gary Vee says, but that's a whole different thing. Dude, imagine if we can fucking pitch our community to the. I don't even care about the Super Bowl anymore because they gone too woke. They've gone too woke, putting names like these motherfuckers. Nah, whatever, who cares about that? But anyways, but imagine pitching the idea of collective communities on the Super Bowl. I would like to see the response on that.
The what?
The idea of collective communities on 60 seconds of fucking Super Bowl time.
Huh.
Networks and opportunity zones and jobs and
Yeah,
applicable things and
that.
legal businesses and like the benefit of this and the benefit like boom 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 boom
How
boom
many
boom boom.
eyes see that shit?
Yeah, how many people will be interested to become a member? A member will probably just be the people that get information and the people that will be have first dibs to be able to go into these communities and stuff like that. And I think we should be selective, not in any discriminatory way, but in an intention way. What are your intentions with joining this community, and what do you want to do with this? Where do you want to go with this? This is discrimination we should have. I'm not going to judge you in your past. I'm going to judge you on where you're trying to go with this.
Fair.
Plus, if you done some fuck shit in your past, I'm going to ask you some questions. Be like, why you do this shit? Are you going to do this shit again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be clear with people's intentions, man. Yeah.
I get that. Because I mean, I don't have the best past, but that made me who I am today. So I can understand a not so great past that they're trying to turn their life around.
Boom. Yeah.
I mean, I'm ex-addict, so I understand that world at least. Job
Yeah.
people. All about contribution. What do you want to contribute now to the world? Whoa. She wants to contribute a lot.
She trusts nobody, bro. Why? Why? It's probably because you don't trust anybody. It's probably just a reflection of you right there, and she just barking because you just don't trust anybody.
Nah, but you should see her when we're around her. She's super sweet and inviting. She's just not desensitized to noise.
She doesn't trust people. She's like, "It's my cave, go away." This is my cave. Go away. I see you. This is my cave. Go away. Or she's talking to the other dogs and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, 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 what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, 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 what are you doing? I guess she's still barking.
I think she's talking to him. I think she's trying to talk to somebody.
Those don't seem like friendly barks. They seem like, hey, get out of my face. Hey, want to try something? Get out of my face. Let's do this. No, go away. I think that's what she's trying to say. So much anger. I think it's a reflection of you, bro. There's so much anger inside you. Let that shit go, and your dog will be more chill.
I don't have anger.
It's not what your dog is saying. It's not what your dog is saying.
Fair.
You can check out the dog I have over here. Barks at no one. Actually, maybe barks at the mailman sometimes, just because doesn't know that person. But literally chills and walks around and does whatever and like, chills in the patio and like,
Your dog's not a 6-month-old puppy.
yeah, it's not a 6 months old puppy. It's true. This is true. They do have a 6 month old puppy right here. Fucking little mini pit bull. I don't know what it is to be honest, but it's a puppy. And yeah, I like dogs. I don't like I don't like dog shit or bird shit or anything, but I like all animals. I just don't like shit. I literally don't like shit, but all animals are cool. Some animals are dangerous, and I'd rather not go near them. Yeah, like it would be cool to raise like a puppy and a cub and a tiger and a hyena and a wolf, like all of them from like very cub, early, from very early on, and make them think like I'm part of them, and it'd be cool to raise them and like have them like as like with you as part of your group and stuff like that. Like that would be cool. I'd be down to do that. Yes. It's all about raising them in the environment to make them think that they're family. And once they realize that they're family, they're going to protect each other and serve each other's purposes. That's all it really is. Nature is one way and it does its things, but you can also nurture nature. Yeah, you can nurture nature. It's perfectly reasonable to do that. Like I think we should have like bear warriors, people with bears and stuff, and like fucking people with tigers and people with all the animals are like chilling and like snake whisperers. Like, I mean, dope. We need these kinds of people to be able to do these things, to be able to have the option to be more in contact with other kinds of beings on this planet and other planets, maybe. I don't know. Channelers. I don't know what channelers are.
Oh, yo, by the way, I looked at my email right now and I did send you my personal and it said you joined that one, but I made a podcast one and this is the podcast room moving forward, just so you know. And I said this on my podcast.
Perfect. That's fine. It doesn't matter. They don't know the numbers. Boom. That's what's up. Yes. So life is great. Always remember that you get to live another day. Well, today. I don't know about tomorrow, but today at least. And all it takes is getting the lotto numbers once, and then you don't have to worry about shit no more. So always have that in your mind. All you need is one extremely lucky break in life. One extremely lucky break in life.
So do you believe you create your own luck?
You can. Yeah. I believe luck can be given to you and you can create your own luck and other people. I don't know. There's other ways. You know, that's, those things work. But yeah, why can't you create your own luck? Yeah. How much time we be talking? We've
That's a good
been
question. What do you think?
have we been on? Huh?
Is there a way to tell?
Uh Well, when did we start talking?
Here, I said, oh, about noon, so about an hour and a half.
Nice, nice. Oh man, I actually have the munchies, like a pretty ravenous munchies at this moment.
Go eat, man. We can end this conversation whenever you want.
Let's be doing this. Let's be ending this podcast on a good note. And always change yourself, change the world is a topic here. Fucking so, how are we gonna apply this, whatever the hell we talked about, into changing ourselves and the world?
Well, we're not gonna be greedy fucks.
Can't be a greedy fuck. Number one.
Not
All
like
right.
these business folks. They created a central bank.
I'm gonna write that down. Don't be a greedy fuck. It's a dharma right there. It's a chill vibe dharma. Don't be a greedy fuck.
Be a giver, not a greedy fuck.
You give her another. What the fuck are my pins? Oh hell no. Hey, this is a blasphemy. They're probably around here somewhere. Just can't find them right now. Too high. Whatever. Don't be a greedy fuck. Let's do it. Keep going. What else?
Another dharma. No.
Hmm. What if start buying locally?
I already do personally. I mean, I support like local farm fresh to you. I have like a CSA box. I go to farmers markets personally. I go to small businesses. I don't really support big businesses personally. I would have bought that mic from a small business instead of Target that I haven't bought yet. The future mic that I'm buying soon.
I had a gift card, so I only spent like 20 bucks on it. Hey, good deal. Good deal. But anywho, um, what are we talking about? Yeah, buy locally.
Buying local.
Yeah, buy locally. What else can we do? Buy green, sustainable shit as much as possible. And by
If
shit, I
you're
mean things.
up to it and can find it, grow hemp and DM us on the low.
Wait, what? Grow hemp?
Anybody listening, grow hemp and let us know you're growing hemp so we can talk to you.
Hey, you can be growing CBD or THC or whatever, and we can still talk to each other. And there's ways we can probably both make money because there's probably a lot of things you're throwing away that we can make into gold, which is one of my plans. So if you're listening and you're growing anything, let's make your waste into gold. Let's talk. Yes, sir. Gotta get on that hemp shit, dude. That's where it's at.
What else?
We gotta get on that hemp shit. That's what else.
Yeah.
Corey, I think you should stop this whole personal training thing and you start driving a truck. And you should drive a truck delivering all this hemp stuff. We're gonna fucking start decorticating and processing and driving to fucking wholesalers like straight up.
I don't know.
Making houses, delivering to houses and construction sites and 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 just making tons of money, just moving things around, moving resources around. So, and then you can have the hobby thing the hobby of having a fitness training thing. You can do it when you're like posted up, just waiting for them to finish. That's like 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day of personal freedom. Then you drive on the side. You're making six-figure salaries and stuff like that. So, boom, drive hemp, bro. Work with hemp.
Yeah, I'd rather work with it in that sense. I don't want to drive. I don't really like driving like that.
Yeah, I don't want to drive either. I'm just trying to find someone to drive. So like I think there's a lot of people who do like driving, don't mind driving. So Free after like
That's
driving.
a low level job. I don't really need that. We can outsource that.
Well, I'm just talking hypotheticals. Don't be fucking getting mad at me for talking hypotheticals here. I'm gonna have to fucking drive if nobody wants to
Take
drive. I
my
fucking
ass
hate
in the
driving.
driver's seat. I ain't driving.
What?
Hey, you're over here trying to stick my ass in the driver's seat. I ain't driving, man. What the fuck?
If anybody wants to drive, you can drive. That's basically
I
what I'm
know, man. It's a really tough job. You know what? I'm gonna pass that torch to you, though. As much as I really want to accept that, man, that's such like I can't ask that of you. Like that's perfect for you, bro. You got this.
saying. Shut the fuck up.
That's
Get
like
out of
right up
here.
your alley, man.
Yeah.
Like I know how much you
I
love driving and how much you want to go ahead and drive this.
I take it to
I
another
got you.
limit. I'd eventually end up taking hundreds of milligrams of edibles because I'd be like so bored on the road and be like, all I have to do is drive straight. Because a lot of these roads are just straight. They're not even fun. They're not tie roads. We're fucking constantly in the brink of death next to a
Or yeah, like
mountain.
when we in that bus in Cambodia.
Those fucking Lao, those buses, those minivans are Lao are like fucking death traps waiting to happen, going 60 miles an hour into each other with like 13 people in there in a minivan. Fucking real. But anyways, we go on tangents. Hilarious. Okay.
I think that's like third world countries though, man. Like South America is pretty brutal like that too. They're pretty gnarly. When I went to Peru, it was like similar.
Fucking driving's a different experience over there. Driving is literally one of the most dangerous things humans ever do. Driving. And nobody fucking realizes it. I realize it when I'm high and I'm like, this is one of the most fucking dangerous things we could ever do because we're in metal chariots going 80 miles an hour. And yes, we go 80 miles an hour here because this is California.
Because we break the law, I guess.
Because speed is good and everybody goes there, so it's normal.
Yeah, we're not the fastest car on the road.
No, we're not the fastest car on the road. You got to be the second, third, fourth, and fifth fastest so you don't get chased by the police. It's not good to be number one at everything. It really isn't. You're too much of a target.
It's California. Someone somewhere is in a bigger hurry to get to nowhere.
It's true. And there's a police in every corner. There's a speed trap in every and at every sign.
Because funding, you know, for California.
And yeah, I well, yeah. Maybe it's a dangerous corner, but there's not that many of those, and there are speed traps. So yeah, fuck all those speed trap shit. I'm over that personally.
And we've continued to tangent, and we are going to end on that note. I think that's a way to change the world. You're driving the truck. You're driving all.
That dog likes to be the center of attention. That is what you call an attention whore. And she's so cute. Tiny little dog. She loves to bark right now. And she's black.
Yep. Zelly, you need to stop talking so loud, man, please.
Yes, y'all learn how to whisper. Be like, woof, 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 woof. Too much emotion in her bark. Too much emotion. No logic, no logic.
How can you tell?
Her tone and her range, it goes to extremes. There's no calibration. There's no control there. That's how you tell. Of course I'm making shit up. It's a fucking dog. I mean, it sounded interesting, but it might just be all made up. Who knows?
You explained this. He acted like he really knew.
I acted like, hey man, that's how you gotta explain things, like just like the news. You gotta tell people like it's the truth, even though it maybe is not. Maybe it's not. Yeah.
But apparently, if enough people believe it to be true, it is true.
What is truth is truth. What we think is real is the all subjective realities. And that's a whole different conversation. But let me hit you up like in 30 minutes. Let me get some food in my stomach and
All right.
maybe we continue. Maybe start a new one. We can actually get a topic going on for sure. It's good talking to you and see you in a minute. Peace, people.